Hi, I'm Yamilia Avendano, but Yami is 1,000 times funner to say, so let's go with that from now on. Welcome to Gaming Happens. Each week I'll be talking about the gaming news that matters to me, and since I'm conceited, should thus matter to you. Unlike that other news show that Twinfiknights has, the one that shall not be named. Let's get started. Deep Silver has a Humble Bundle. Remember when Humble Bundle included indie games that hardly anyone knew about, and you were able to buy a bunch of awesome ones, and thus get introduced to a large section of gaming that you otherwise wouldn't have known about, and now it's just basically games. It's just literally bundles of games. They're just selling video games. For charity, at least. And Saints Row 2 and 3 are freaking awesome. Dead Island is not. And I don't know about Sacred 2 or Risen 2. Maybe that's the point. Introducing the Deep Silver makes more than just Saints Row and Dead Island bundle. Next, Bethesda introduced the Elder Scrolls Anthology. Oh my god. It's every single Elder Scrolls game plus their DLC in some really smooth packaging, all for $79.99. My questions include, who doesn't already own them? Because honestly, they're literally monsters. Those are just literally monsters. And why would they buy every single one now if they didn't before? Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. Morrowind for the win. But it just seems odd to bundle all of them into one. I mean, if a random person told me that they wanted to get into Elder Scrolls, I would recommend Skyrim, since it's the newest, best looking, largest. It just makes more sense. Next. Deep Down is an online-only multiplayer RPG coming from Capcom to the PS4. Did you see that trailer? Horrifying, terrifying, petrifying, shit my pants-ifying. Something that I found interesting about it though is the online-only aspect. We've seen a ton of issues arise from having an online-only game. One wonders how any company could continue to make that mistake. But I'll be the first to say that I'm glad it's multiplayer because otherwise I just won't play it. I don't play scary games. Next. A sequel to Square Enix's 2013 Tomb Raider is on its way. You know, I hope they add a lot more gruesome deaths. I feel the first one was very lacking in the gruesome deaths department. Next. There's a new Watch Dogs trailer out. Watch Dogs hype? I don't get you. I don't understand. You're like that acquaintance that wants to really badly become my friend, and I just gave you a fake phone number. Next. Take-Two lays claim to a new bully trademark. Look, I don't know what that means, but I do know that I can and will incite hysteria. Bully 2! Oh my god! Bully 2 is coming! Bully 2! It's coming! Next. The original Xbox 360 headsets will work on the Xbox One. Xbox One lead planner Albert Beneo took to the Twitterverse to answer some questions. Twitter was all, yo, you making an adapter so current gen mics will work? And he was all, yes. And then Twitter was all like, is it free though? And Albert's like, no, we still want your money. Next. Burrito at Sea looks awesome. Did you see it? Did you see it though? It's the new DLC planned for Bioshock Infinite. And provided it doesn't come out 5 years from now, it's all Hollywood's 50s movie-esque. God, I love that shit. Booker DeWitt is Humphrey Bogart. Elizabeth is, well, apparently a smoker now. No, Lizzie, that's bad for you. Your lungs. You should quit. It's gonna have 2 episodes. In one, you're gonna be Humphrey Bogart. Then in the second, you're the chain smoker. It's gonna be all noir. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Finally, Fez 2 is cancelled. Take a seat because this is a little weird. Well, that's weird, Yami. Why wouldn't they already be sitting if they're watching this on their computer? Well, there are smartphones. Yami, you're crazy. yeah, I'm crazy. Apparently some guy named Marcus Beer, here's my artistic rendition of him, got into a really big fight with a guy named Phil Fish. Here's my artistic depiction of that. It sounds like the start of a bad joke. I don't know exactly what happened because that's what real journalists do. But I do know that it is highly speculative that that's actually the reason why Phil Fish cancelled Fez 2, as it happened after all this unfolded. Phil Fish even set his Twitter to private. Now, I've heard before that this guy gets a lot of flack for being an asshole. I don't know him, so that's why I use my squiggly fingers of uncertainty, but I guess if enough people say something, then it might be a teensy bit true? I don't know. I also don't know who Marcus Beer is, besides thinking his Twitter username is the exact opposite of Positive Gamers. I don't know, okay? I also don't care. They are not a part of my life. My opinion on this, since many of you asked for it on Twitter, people can sometimes be jerks. Sometimes they're really obnoxious and really annoying, and they say awful things on social media sites. But just because someone's a bit of an asshole doesn't mean that their work sucks. When you're judging a developer's video game, judge the video game. I mean, if the developer is using unethical methods like hosting a freaking sweatshop, then yes, judge that by all means. That's illegal. But just because he's an asshole doesn't mean that you should constantly berate him and get him to stop creating. The world needs creators. It'd be totally different if he was some awful human being that did terrible things and then shoved it down your throat. Honestly, if I were someone who was super famous and I'd receive constant death threats or insults or really creepy messages, I'd probably be very discouraged to ever create anything again. But at the same time, I wouldn't let that stop me because because A, I know the internet is full of shit when it talks like that, and B, I'm a huge hard ass. I think we could all figure out the moral of the story here. Don't be dicks to each other. Come on! Watch Positive Gamers so that you stop being a little bitch. That's it for this week, and I would like to ask you all to leave a comment about what you think of beerfish. Not the incident. That's a silly topic. Talk about literally beer battered fish. Does it taste good? Has anyone ever made it? I think it might taste good. Now I want some. As always, or I guess as right now because this is the first episode, remember that when gaming happens, I'll be there. Was that lame? I'm sorry. I tried so hard not to be lame with that. It's just that I have such a cool outro with Positive Gamers. I say, stay positive gamers, and then I wink, and then I give you a little smile. And you're all like, oh my god, I'm so heartwarmed. It's like the perfect outro, and I want to recreate that. I want Gaming Happens to have that, but it's just, I don't know, I'll think of something. Just bye.